Here at Strody Orthodontics, we are a single doctor practice, which means that I am the only orthodontist here in the practice. I will be the one guiding you through your care journey. With our experienced staff, your appointments will be more efficient and more comfortable. We love treating kids as well as adults. We want you to be happy with your experience during orthodontic treatment as well as your smile at the end. I love when patients tell me that their smile has improved their confidence and their quality of life, because a smile is for a lifetime.
Are you looking for a trusted heating and air conditioning contractor? Look no further than Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's Heating and Air Conditioning Company. Comfort Designs Heating and Air has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated right here in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net. Or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their number one goal is to protect you and your family. Insurance is complicated and not one size fits all. Michael and his team take pride in the relationship they build with their client members. Let them work with you to customize a plan that protects your livelihood and your future. To learn more, call Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services 913-592-2336 or visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Hi, I'm Katie Casey, and I'm honored to be a third-generation realtor in our Crown Realty family. My dad and grandparents started Crown Realty in 1973, and since then we have grown to become one of the largest brokerages in the Midwest. We now have 8 office locations and over 150 agents covering about 20 counties across Kansas and Missouri. Reach out to us today to experience the Crown Realty difference, where we are committed to treating our agents like family and our clients like royalty.
This is your home for the Broncos. Spring Hill Sports Live.
Plenty of time, loads up, lets it fly down the sideline. He wants Torres, he's got to come back, he makes the catch. Down, Jackson Torres. There's a chance for Spring Hill. Back set, kill for Serpan.
Nice touch there, looking for Rainforth, and he's able to find the back of the net. A first touch volley. The substituted freshman, Odell.
Gano looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos on a 3rd down and 4 from the 5.
It's time for the Broncos on your home for Spring Hill High School athletics. Spring Hill Sports Live.
Orthodontics, a experienced, highly trained orthodontic specialist with decades of combined experience. Locations in Spring Hill, Lake, and Overland Park. Learn more at StrodyOrtho.com, and we'll go straight into our pregame show with the Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning. Locally owned and operated for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs is Spring Hill's Heating and Air Conditioning Company. Third one coming back, Doug Netterville at 3. 5.92 to 4-4. Back 3 Highmore. Spring Hill Sports Live alongside Spring Hill's final point again. Right in our color, Kate Devano, watching and bowling. Kate, it's a little humid outside, but it's quite the great evening for soccer. We've got 2 Spring Hill programs here to face off tonight.
It definitely is. I can see the sweat perspirating from your face right now.
Yeah, I mean, the air conditioning's on, but it's just not. It's just not moving right now. We'll have to wait till later tonight to have some decent airflow in here, but don't worry, I'm keeping myself cool.
Yeah, it should be a good night for some soccer. And,
One sec. Okay, folks, hopefully you guys can hear us. I had some audio difficulties to get sorted out just real quick, but back in live here on our Cover Designs pregame show, presented in our coverage of Broncos soccer here on Spring Hill Sports Live. Caden Carbajo behind the camera, Brendan Bolin here, live on the air from Spring Hill Activity Center here in Spring Hill, Kansas, and beautiful evening, Caden.
oh, no doubt it is. It is a pretty hot night, but any night is great for soccer.
And we'll talk about these 2 perennial programs facing off. We'll start with the visitors of Blue Valley High School, the Tigers. They went 5-12 last year. They didn't win any conference games, and they were bounced down in the first game by the Lancers of Shawnee Mission East last year, but they really are starting to come on strong this year. They returned 5 players who were a mention in the Eastern Kansas League. They returned Jaden Pabo, first team Eastern Kansas League All-State honorable mention. Parker Elgis, Eli Bowers, Hudson Bright, Cam Fillmore, the other 4. I should mention that were nominated to the all-conference team. So this is a team that they also brought in the new head coach, Will Stotzkoff, in his first year with the Tigers. So this is a team that's really rebuilding, and they've got a lot of core pieces to bring him in alongside this new head coach.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how they do against Spring Hill, and it should be a good night for some soccer, like I said before. I'm not really familiar about these teams this year, but we'll see what happens.
And we go into this Broncos squad that went 15-4-1 last, or 15-3-1, or I should say 15-4-1 last season, and that 4th loss was in the state quarterfinal against St. James Academy. But they were co-Frontier League champions. The only downside is that they lost 6 seniors, and that definitely hurts. But if you're Coach Eric Swartz, you don't matter. You have Aiden Odell. We're coming back for his junior campaign. First team Frontier League, second team All-State. This kid is gifted. We've seen him on the gridiron. Now we're about to see him on the pitch tonight.
Yeah, looking at how this team was last year, and they did lose a perennial power in Jake Rainforth last
Jake
year.
Rainforth, yes.
Who is now playing at MNU. But, we'll see how this team can regroup with all the 6 seniors that were left, and we'll make for some great soccer tonight.
We'll step aside for the national anthem and starting lineups when we come back. Opening kickoff from Spring Hill Activity Center. You're watching Broncos Soccer on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you replace that faulty trimmer or mower, let our experts get you back to work. And if you are in the market for a new handheld, we carry Maruyama and Red Max trimmers. Plus, Hers is still the best place for hydraulic hoses, cylinder repair, and mechanical control cables. If that's not enough, we're also a UPS drop-off location. To learn more, visit us at hersinc.net, call 913-247-3530, or just stop on by.
Spring Hill's hometown shop is J&T Auto Service. As a full-service repair shop, J&T Auto Service works on all makes and models. Diesels, Europeans, they do it all. From combines to Corvettes. Visit J&T Auto Service for oil changes, tires, brakes, alignments, electrical diagnostics, and so much more. Small town, friendly service with high-tech tools and training. Schedule your service at J&T Auto Service. Call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
Find whole body wellness with Sozo Chiropractic in downtown Spring Hill. Relax and recharge with medical grade infrared. Experience natural relief with dry needling and acupuncture. Or try stem wave therapy, a cutting edge option for pain relief and healing. Whether it's you, your kids, or your family, Sozo Chiropractic is here to help you feel your best. Visit us at 102 South Main in Spring Hill or call 913-592-0010. Sozo Chiropractic. Relax, restore, and live well.
Back here on our Cover Designs Heating and Air Conditioning pregame show. As the Broncos starting lineup being announced.
Number 11, Case Barhoover. Number 12, Colton Harden.
And Caden, any final thoughts before we kick off here?
Not really. I'm just ready for some great soccer. It's the first time covering Spring Hill soccer this year. I've covered some Johnson County games, but it'll be nice to get home and cover some Spring Hill soccer. And I'm definitely looking forward to it.
It's the Broncos and the Tigers about to square off here. As for the Broncos, as that was our key to the game presented by the Spring Hill Chamber of Commerce. Reminding you to support our community and shop local. Mark your calendars now for the annual Spring Hill Fall Festival, September 26th through the 28th. To learn more, visit springhillfallfestival.com and keep up with the Spring Hill Chamber of Commerce at springhillks.com. Now it's time for opening kickoff presented by Dan the Tailor Man. With high-quality suits and tuxedos, you'll look your absolute best for any occasion, with the perfect fit guaranteed. For about the cost of a rental, you'll get the suit, tie, pocket square, and lifetime alterations. Wedding, prom, or that black tie affair, call Dan the Tailor Man for a free consultation, 913-541-1192. So apologies, our camera for the clock is not working currently, so we will have that momentarily. Broncos, Tigers. Getting set to kick off. 40 minutes is on the clock. Referee getting his watch set, and away we go. Colin Murray is going to try and go deep initially, but headed back by Carter Wilson. So it'll be Blue Valley to start things off. Wanted to try and play high, nicely fended by Luke Patry. Played this up the line, but right there, Colin Murray defending. Now it's Colton Harden on the high press. Blue Valley will rotate through their back line. Files switches the field. Combination in the middle of the pitch, switched over for Jacob Ramirez, trying to thread it through and cleared out by the Broncos. They'll find the foot of Odell. Broncos having to pass quickly as Blue Valley is right on their tails, and it's going to force a throw in that final third of the Broncos. 38:49 to go. Cross in by Ramirez. Went to the back post. Still inside the 18. Fired on. Deflected off a Bronco. Initially sent out by Patry. There's a big try from Murray. That one's going to sail towards the end line. Out of bounds. Goal kick for Spring Hill. Caden Applegate in goal. Applegate, honorable mention in the Frontier League as the goalkeeper. Tricks this Blue Valley side playing short. Goes through the legs of Barhoover. Blue Valley with it. Switch it over to the far side of the field and deflected well by Nate Anderson. Blue Valley still with it. Patry trying to race in. Here's the Tigers inside the 18. Deflected well. They'll have a second in. Another deflection. That was Carter Wilson inside. And the Broncos, all they could do is just clear it out. Nicely done by Aiden Odell. Fend the Tigers off. They'll find Viles in the back line. Viles finds that pass inside for Thomas Davis. Now here's Ramirez back to Viles now.
You know, on days like tonight, you wonder how hydrated these boys are. I assume they are, but you just never know because I've covered a couple of Johns County games this year, and a lot of guys had the cramps, and we've seen that during a lot of football games as well.
I mean, you would have to assume these guys are hydrating constantly. There was a shot in. That was Barrett Snodgrass just trying to thread it through and nothing doing there. Right to Applegate, who will just hang on to this. 36-40. Applegate just clears this one away downfield. First headed by Viles. Now touched on by Harrison York, but Blue Valley right there. It's Cam Fillmore. Fillmore, honorable mention, Eastern Kansas League. Tigers get the counter, and they'll run with it here. Mira's near side of the pitch. Trying to go to the triangle. That was Barrett Snodgrass trying to fit it through, just trying to find Davis. Broncos had it for the moment. Blue Valley back with possession. Cam Fillmore dancing around with it. Still searching. He'll play long near the line, and pursuit is Patry. He'll play the back first. Carter Wilson, wearing the captain's band, just clears it out. Still Blue Valley just trying to dance around with it. They've been sitting comfortably in that final third. They've only had 2 shots so far. Possession's been the name of the game so far, Caden.
Exactly. I would like to see Spring Hill have a little bit more of the possession, but tends to wear you out when you're constantly fighting for the possession.
Foul right near the 18. As it was Snodgrass that was pushed down, the Broncos will have a wall of 4, and they'll have to scoot back a bit more right on the edge of that box. Joel Ward and Jacob Ramirez, the two right near. It'll be Ward who fakes. Ramirez with the initial take. Sails wide and over the goal. Goal kick for Spring Hill awarded. 34-30 left on the clock and ticking downward. Blue Valley wins back possession off the goal kick. Odell trying to fight for it. It's wide for Snodgrass, but taken away initially by Nate Fielder. Nate Fielder sends this one long. Harrison York trying to find feet. Colton Harden. That's stolen away immediately. Ward trying to move his way inside. Broncos just trying to play that one long. It goes right to the Tigers. They'll send this long. They're trying to find a pass in for Snodgrass, who gets it. Fielder fell down in the process. Beautiful combination right there. Broncos fended off. Here's a shot that's deflected. Tigers win it back. Beautiful tackle from Luke Patry. It's still not cleared out yet, however. Header in from Novice. Aiden Odell sends it away, and he's got it right near on the near side of the field. Two tacklers right near him. He draws the foul. I'll call that one on Jacob Ramirez. Hunter Curtis plays short. And they'll swap it over to Patry. It's in for Colhook. And that back line, Carter Wilson. Back for Curtis. And again, the Spring Hill team last season, they won the Frontier League with Baldwin. It was a shared title. As the Bulldogs also made a solid run in the state tournament, made it to the Final Four. But Class 4A, Cade, is always so tough in that state tournament. You have Jasibes Kerpervel, Bishop Miege. There's a couple other teams you could mention in there as well that have just made really solid runs. And almost every year it's been a team in the Frontier League to make a run in the state tournament.
Yeah, no doubt. There's a lot of parity in really all of these leagues throughout Kansas and even Missouri.
Ball trying to find Ward on that outside. Fended off by Carter Wilson. Broncos have it right near the sideline. Thought about playing line. Deflected back, and that's going to say last touched off the Tigers. So now, Broncos have not had a shot yet. Not been to that final third of that Tigers defense, but they've certainly had their challenges, and right there they'll have an opportunity off a free kick. Foul called at past halfway. Carter Wilson will run up to take this kick. Blue Valley will substitute 3. Coach Eric Swartz not gone to his bench yet. Wilson sends this one in. Blue Valley the first one to get the header. Ward will send this thing fully out, and it's a clear opportunity for the Tigers to strike. Ward just trying to thread it through for Santa Maria. Still with it inside the box. It deflected by Applegate.
What a deflection there.
Applegate just off his line early. Made an incredible stop with his legs and sent that one further up the field. Blue Valley still with it. Nicely read. That was York on that steal. Broncos just trying to pass it around, take it away by Ramirez. And the Tigers, Murray, trying to thread it through for Joel Ward. Broncos to just play this long downfield. So Tigers initially will just take possession here. 29-10 left on the clock. No score in this match so far. Beautiful ball, but read well by Nate Fielder. Back with it is Navas. Here's Snodgrass on the left wing. He'll cut inside. Ball in for Ramirez. 2 defenders in front of him. Cuts to his left and sent away by Nate Fielder. This Broncos back line has been the difference as Blue Valley will substitute 4. Will Heidemann being 1. Heidemann, the junior defender. He'll get the ball here. Played immediately right back for Liam Patel, also freshly checked in. Patel will just play this back to Fillmore. Broncos just trying to send it up any way they can, but Blue Valley just as patient as ever, willing to play possession as long as they need to. Here's Colin Rice on this wing. Cuts inside through to the defense. Navas has a hit on the ground and just goes wide left. Goal kick up coming for Spring Hill. Third goal kick of the early evening for the Broncos. Was not to be a run for the Broncos up near far side of the field. That was Nate Anderson in pursuit, just headed away by the Tigers. Throw in forthcoming for Spring Hill. Like to mention happy fall to those, first day of fall to those who celebrate, although you're not going to get it quite yet. Currently 79 degrees. Feels like 80. Big humidity of 66%. Sun will set here in about half hour, 45 minutes. So again, happy first day of fall and
happy birthday to you.
Ah, thank you, thank you.
I had to say something.
20 years young today, although the amount of text messages I've received saying I'm old is definitely not something I want to receive, but it is, in fact, my birthday today, 20 years young.
And by listening to you on the air, I would think you're a 20-year veteran.
I do my best. I do my best. Been in this industry for 4 years now, and it's been truly a blessing. Flag stays down, but first one to get to it, Hunter Curtis beating off Colin Rice. Broncos trying to play it forward, but stolen away by the Tigers. Files threads it in for Rice as his back turn. 3 defenders swarm him. The first one to take it away, Barhoover. Carter Hendrickson is under a lot of stress to get it off, and foul called on the Tigers as down went Aiden Odell. But to my friends and family listening back home, thank you so much for the birthday messages. I know got a couple from some people across social media, but again, thank you for all the birthday messages today. It truly does mean the world to me. I think it'd mean a lot more if the Broncos are able to get a win here, and the flag goes up for offsides as Tigers were threatening, but just in an offside position. 24-20 left on the game clock here in this first half of play. No score in this match. Applegate sends this in. Tried to two-touch it. Was Aiden Odell trying to send it forward. Tigers back with it. High pressure from Hardin. Tigers send it long as Hunter Curtis is there to play it back to Applegate, who just clears this one up the field. First headed by Heidemann. Now it's Rice with it. Beautiful turd from Novice. Plays it to the near sideline. 1-2 from Viles. Broncos read it, and they have possession right back. Aiden Odell passes that off, gives us a quick promo as the Broncos will travel to Piper High School on Friday to take on the Piper Pirates. And a UKC preview match, coverage of that begins at 6 p.m. right here on Spring Hill Sports Live. It's the Broncos and the Pirates. Second straight road contest. Cade and myself will be there. Matt Jones, hopefully BJ Harris will join us as well right here on Spring Hill Sports Live. Again, pregame show at 6 p.m. Have coaches' interviews lined up for this week, but as far as that goes, I will not tell you. Applegate with a quick save in the net. Not even Caden knows.
Yeah.
But
that'll really be a lot of fun. I've seen Piper. I remember covering them probably about 5 years ago now. When they were in the probably 6 years ago when they were in the Frontier League for maybe a couple of years there. But
yeah, that'd be correct. One of the initial core members of the Frontier League before moving up to the UKC, just growing in size, and we'll see that on display when we travel there as they've upgraded every single school in that district. It looks so amazing what they've done, all the renovations and stuff. They're still looking to add on and build more as that part of Kansas City, Kansas is quite grown large. You're kind of in that mesh of Baser, Lansing, Leavenworth, like Piper. It's all in that crease. And it's amazing to see how big those schools have grown as no options for Hunter Curtis to try and pass back is all he can do is just force it out of bounds. Throw in coming up for the Tigers here is some new faces enter the game. Colton Northup was one of them for the Broncos, the junior. Throw in for Zane Viles. Santa Maria was short, but he'll opt to play it for Barrett Snodgrass back in. Santa Maria. Tigers will opt to play it back as one of those passes, Liam Patel. Essentially one of the first ones in that group of four that the Tigers substituted in. Aves trying to thread it through for Murray, and it's deflected to the far side of the pitch. Flag down on the cross. Tigers send it in over the head of Applegate. Nobody in the vicinity. It's cleared out by Carter Hendrickson. And I believe it is a throw-in. Yes, it is. Throw-in for Blue Valley. 20 minutes halfway through this first half. And first touch by Murray, but knees it out of bounds. It's a goal kick coming up as off goes Colton Harden, and in his place will be Ryan Rose, wearing the captain's band, one of the two. Him and Carter Wilson donning the captain's bands. On the far side, this is Hudson McElroy. Offsides on the far end of the field. So the difference on the rosters, 14 seniors on this Blue Valley roster. Spring Hill only rocking 8. But again, like we talked about, the experience of both these teams in terms of accolades is quite very different. Again, 5 nominees in all conference for the Tigers, and for the Broncos, they had 9 last year, all Frontier League, but 6 of them graduating last season.
Yeah, you know, it's always hard when you have a lot of seniors that graduate and move on to college, either play or doing whatever they're going to do after they leave your program, and kind of got to regroup and maybe find some younger players to fit that mold.
Tigers will have to send a free kick in. This is Cam Fillmore. Fires away, header in initially. That was Highland right, but just wide of the mark. Goal kick for Applegate and the Broncos coming up. But the good news for the Broncos, Aiden Odell, of course, is now in his junior campaign. Led the team in goals with 12. Had the most assists on the team with 22. And had the most total points combined on this roster with 46. And, of course, just behind him with 28 would be Jake Rainforth. When I tell you Jake Rainforth was quite the athlete, I do mean it. Collision inside. Tigers still with it, but the Broncos will turn him away.
Went to school with his brother Jackson. His brother Jackson is a couple years younger than me in school, and definitely have heard a lot about him while I was in school. But to see him, to getting a chance to cover him and kind of really knowing what he's all about is definitely pretty cool.
You mentioned Jay Rainforth at Mid-American Nazarene University out of the Heart of America Athletic Conference in the NAIA. So that's really good soccer, I must say.
Well, yeah, Heart of America has a strong history with the soccer, and really all of their athletics are very good.
I remember seeing something on the actual Instagram today for the Heart of America is there was plenty of them receiving votes in the actual NAIA polls. Throw awarded for the Broncos. 15.5 minutes to play in this first half. 0-0 score. Odell trying to send this through on the wing. Beautiful run made by Hardin. Tigers with it back. Patel will send this back, and scary situation. Here's a counter for Hardin, but a card will be awarded. Yellow card in the 25th minute. That's for limiting a scoring chance. That's going to be on Cam Fillmore, the senior. So he'll have to be taken off. As now Spring Hill with their first real chance. 15 minutes now left in this first half. Set up beautifully right there for Aiden Odell and Ryan Rhodes, the two nearby to take it. Everybody else alongside that 18 or the edge of the big box. It's going to be Odell to take it, headed off by the wall. And it's going to be a throw in for the Broncos right near that corner flag. Odell throws this in. First touched off of, they will say, the Broncos. Is that going to be Colton Hardin or I believe that was Rice on that far end of the pitch. Broncos will play with what they have right now. Odell inside. Play to the wing right there for Harrison York. Cleared away by Zane Viles, but it's another corner kick awarded for Spring Hill. It'll be for the taking. Aiden Odell once again. And it's funny enough, there was a freshman game going on, and he was taking field goals real quick before he went to actually play and warm up. Odell's kicks on the ground, cleared away first by the Tigers, and initially taken up by Colton Hardin.
That is very cool. Hey, they don't interfere with each other, so might as well do what you can to be involved. And
for coaches who do that, normally it's very common in the Frontier League for coaches to take a soccer player and throw him on the roster as a kicker. So it doesn't really interfere. It's just on Friday, hey, you're not going to practice, you're hopping on the bus with us.
And it's nice that they don't normally play on Fridays, the soccer team.
There has been occurrences, though, however, I will say. I believe it was a playoff game.
Yeah, at that point, you kind of got to just choose one and go with it.
I can't remember who it was. I believe, I want to say, it was Jackson McWilliams, who was one of the best kickers in Tonganoxie High School's football program and that soccer program as well. But also, he had to choose between two games and went to the football game, but Chieftains would lose 1-0, but Jose Moreno was still in the mix of that program initially. He would keep for one more year his senior campaign. Big save from Applegate right there. Long shot from Will Heidemann. But that was the one time that I remember that it happening, because I didn't go to that game either. I was doing PA for the football team at the time. Big collision near side between Hendrickson and Jacob Ramirez. But mainly out of the picture. Yes, they don't really interfere with each other on Fridays, but they're there have been some rare occurrences, and unfortunately that one took place, and it was still a really competitive game for the Chieftains. They only lost 1-0 to Casey Christian, who would go on to knocked out in the first game. Beautiful run right there for Colton Harden. Runs on this, 2-on-1. Beautiful save right there from Hayes Stuvey. But how about that strike from the sophomore Colton Harden? Broncos with their third corner kick of the evening.
He got a good look at it. But,
that was from, I want to say, in the ballpark of 30, 35 yards out. And it's a corner. Right there is Ryan Rose, one of the two captains. He'll reset it. Crosses it in. It's a little floater. Danced around. Stuvey was out of the box, and this one in the air, and had plenty of it, was Northup, the junior. And the Broncos turned around as Blue Valley plays short, and they want to go long now. First touched off of Fielder, but Blue Valley has it. Parker Elgis trying to send a spinner through, read well by Spring Hill. North of the first one there, another beautiful ball for Harden, and a beautiful tackle right there from Will Heidemann. And it rolls right to Stuvey, who will make the save right there. Again, Parker Elgis, second team Eastern Kansas League nomination. One of the several seniors on this Blue Valley roster. Ball sent forward. Tigers will have a try chance at it. Deflected off the foot of Patry. Broncos trying to come up with it here. Big hit from distance. Ramirez last touched off of. They will say the Broncos, and Blue Valley will have a corner. 8:25 left to go on the game clock. Again, apologies for not having it currently on, and technical difficulties with that. We should have it up and running by the second half. I will update you on the clock. 8 minutes in counting. Sent away, Applegate with the first initial hit. Carter Wilson, I believe, was that one to clear it away. Colton Harden up pitch already. Ball to direct, deflected off Blue Valley, but picked up by Aiden Odell on the wing. Beautiful spin inside. Odell cuts middle, trying to find a pass inside. Blue Valley will come up with it, take it away by Eli Bowers. Here come the Tigers the other way. Beautiful tackle from Ryan Rhodes. Try and play this deep for Harrison York. First touched off of Zane Viles. Tigers trying to keep it in, but deflected out of bounds. Throw in coming up for the Broncos. Meanwhile, one substitution to be in. Colton Northup out. Surveying, finds Harrison York. Rhodes back to York, trying to make it work, and it's going to be off the Tigers once more. Broncos throw it in. This time this will be played to Barhover. Batter around still for Aiden Odell. trying to thread it through. Initially off the foot of Snodgrass. Here's a distant shot right there from Rose, but right to Barrett Hayes Stuvey with the save in the goal. Files. Stuvey plays that to the far side of the pitch. 5:45 left to play here in this first half. 0-0 game. Beautiful defense right there from Patry, shielding off. Here's a Beret shot. Applegate with the big stop right there, but it's going to force the Tiger corner. Do we have a cycling brigade up there?
Looks like we do.
I mean, what else do you see in Spring Hill on a Monday evening?
Could be the likes of Matt Jones on there. I know he's a big cyclist.
Good old Jonesy. We love him. Less than 5 minutes. Here's the corner in. Still inside the box. Broncos will finally clear it out. Aiden Odell, the second initial clearance, but right to Zane Viles. Wants a hit back in. Wilson throws it up in the air. Still up for grabs. Harrison York initially will settle. Curtis to Applegate. Off ahead. Big heads-up play. And Applegate will scoop it up there. That could have been dangerous. Broncos will survive this one. This one sent up as deep up the field was Harden. Bend it around. Settled up by Ryan Rhodes. Tigers win the game of pinball in the midfield. Broncos send it back. Tigers are trying to combo inside. Here's a deep initial cross. Finds Ramirez and cleared away by Hunter Curtis. Beautiful job right there, but all alone. Scooping this one up is Odell. Surveying, still dancing with it. But a man short in Patry. Plays this four, trying to find York up the field. Settled down by Parker Elgis and the Tigers. Bowers keeps it himself. 3:25 left to play in the first half. Sent across to Elgis. Deflected well by Fielder. I'm going to say Elgis was last one to have the hit, so it's a goal kick for Applegate and the Broncos. Let Hunter Curtis take this one. You can imagine the Broncos will go long. 2:50 and counting. Sent near midfield. Headed first by Murray. Beautiful skills inside as that was Santa Maria. Trying to skill his way in, and Leo's Bowers just too far forward. Blade short for Curtis, and trying to send this up the line. Deflected off the foot of was Colin Murray right there. Excuse me, that was Barrett Snodgrass. Santa Maria trying to skill through. Sent to Anderson. Deflected off Santa Maria. 3v1, cuts inside the 18. Still with it, goes to his left and saved by Caden Applegate. Minute 35 and counting. Barhoover gets it right back. Beautifully intercepted right there by Aiden Odell. Harden. Great tackle there from Ramirez. Has to send it back. Battle of the Nines right there. That was Fielder against Elgis. Fielder will win this one. Now under a minute. 55 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Fielder sends this back for Odell. Trying to play it to the far side. Cross it essentially. Blue Valley with it, 40 seconds. Fillmore to his outside back. Plenty of space, he'll take it. Now he'll send this one forward. Flag is down. Tigers get the cross, still in there, almost there. Saved by Carter Wilson.
What a save.
That was almost right at the line.
Wow.
Was still in play. But that's a heads-up play by Carter Wilson. Off the volley, saved by Applegate, and the whistle blows as we end the first half. 0-0. Broncos to kick off when we start the second half. Coming up, our Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. We'll recap this first half, give you the final numbers, and we'll preview what's coming up next here in half number 2. You're watching Broncos Soccer on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their number one goal is to protect you and your family. Insurance is complicated and not one size fits all. Michael and his team take pride in the relationship they build with their client members. Let them work with you to customize a plan that protects your livelihood and your future. To learn more, call Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services 913-592-2336 or visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill.
I've been doing real estate for 8 years now, and we've run across clients where they're interested in land, but then what do we do with it? Well, what do you want to do with it?
There's a lot of pressure on individuals now to make those decisions quickly. And I think with our experience, with our backgrounds, we know how to work with the cities and how to work with the contractors to make it a smoother process for the buyer.
So if you're looking for real estate
or land planning services,
contact us today at epre.biz.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
First Auction Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Back here on Spring Hill Sports Live, now time for our halftime show presented by Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services. Michael's goal is to help you plan for the unexpected and protect your future. Getting to know you and the things that are most important to you will help them customize the right plan for your needs. To learn more, visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2336. Brendan Bull and Katie Carbajo back here with you. And Caden, 0-0 score. What's been the story of this game so far?
So there's been a lot of shots on goal, a lot of long shots, if you will, and you just haven't seemed to find any nylon, but, we'll see what happens in the second half.
And for the Broncos defensively, they've been rock solid, but an even better job by the Tigers defense or possession-wise. They've been hanging on to the ball really, really well, but for the Broncos, it's just a matter of can you find the ways, besides playing the long ball, to get around this Tigers defense and be able to be successful?
Yeah, they're going to have to be very methodical on how they pass and very short and tight passes and not trying to do too much with the ball.
Two really close chances for the Tigers, one being saved by Carter Wilson himself, and the other just an impressive job by the Tigers to just have a big-time shot and just try and finish. But what's it got to be for this Broncos defense to go that extra mile and keep this game at a shutout?
You got to bear down, and you got to be on the ball, find where the ball is, and go defend the players that have the ball.
It's our Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. Take a quick break. When we come back, second half action right here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Bronco fans can find us at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2050. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Find whole body wellness with Sozo Chiropractic in downtown Spring Hill. Relax and recharge with medical grade infrared. Experience natural relief with dry needling and acupuncture. Or try stem wave therapy, a cutting edge option for pain relief and healing. Whether it's you, your kids, or your family, Sozo Chiropractic is here to help you feel your best. Visit us at 102 South Main in Spring Hill or call 913-592-0010. Sozo Chiropractic. Relax, restore, and live well.
My experience at Strode Orthodontics was amazing. Like most people who had their first round of braces, I forgot to wear my retainer and so therefore had crooked teeth. I got engaged this year. I wanted straight teeth for my wedding, and so Dr. Strode was able to give me Invisalign, and now I have the straight smile that I've always wanted. We're gonna get such a welcoming experience here. The day of my wedding, I'm not going to be scared to take pictures. Now I can finally be confident with my smile on that big day.
Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their number one goal is to protect you and your family. Insurance is complicated and not one size fits all. Michael and his team take pride in the relationship they build with their client members. Let them work with you to customize a plan that protects your livelihood and your future. To learn more, call Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services 913-592-2336 or visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill.
Are you looking for a trusted heating and air conditioning contractor? Look no further than Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. Comfort Designs Heating and Air has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated right here in Spring Hill for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net. Or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
Folks, we have the clock camera back up and working. We appreciate your patience and sorry for the technical difficulty, but we're all back and settled and here on Spring Hill Sports Live. Okay, now you should be able to hear us. Had another technical error there, but back here on Spring Hill Sports Live again. That clock camera is back on your screen. And Caden, your final thoughts before we kick this thing off here in the second half?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to, hopefully somebody scores, and hopefully it's the purple and gold team.
Sorry, I was drinking my purple Gatorade there.
Yeah. Heck yeah. No, I hope somebody scores, and I hope it's the purple and gold team. It's been a close game. It has been a close game, obviously, because nobody has scored. But we got to find the nylon. Got to find the net. Spring Hill.
Now, I'll give you a trivia question since it, kind of just a fun little trivia question. It'll be a true or false question. Have I been featured on the Varsity Sports Live channel as an actual athlete?
Oh, I would assume you have. I'm not sure if I was covering the game, but I would beg to guess that you have.
You'd be correct on that. You go back to 2023. I was actively playing in I want to say 2022. Yes, 2022. My junior year of high school. We took on Paola. It was on Paola Sports Live.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember I got a lot of minutes in that game.
Done some Paola soccer games, so I'm assuming maybe I was there covering it. I'll have to look back at the broadcast.
I want to say it was Alex Smith who was on that call.
Alex Smith, he was really good.
And I only say that because it did sound like Tristan Jordan. It didn't sound like Aaron Feely at all. It had to have been Alex Smith.
Yeah.
If I played you the recording of that game, you probably could tell me if I'm right or not. But I want to say it was Alex Smith was the one on the call for that game. As they're back up and playing here in half number 2.
Just a lot of great broadcasters have been able to be featured on the Varsity Sports Live channels. Some have moved away, and we wish them the best with all of their endeavors.
One being Dylan Vanderveen. We saw him just this past Friday at Eudora filling in for Reed McAvoy.
Yep. Here goes the Bikers again.
Which he went on to spend his summer in Alaska for 2 months.
Oh, wow.
Told me that was quite the experience. And goal kick awarded as clearance went, looked to be a 100 IQ play from Hunter Curtis, as it just happened to deflect off a foot of the Tigers. So Applegate will be awarded a goal kick. But spending 2 months in Alaska would not be really nice, although I'd have to say it'd be very cold, but really nice nevertheless. This is Navas. Inside for Santa Maria, and a big save off his line early. Applegates with the initial save. He sends this one up the field. First headed by the Tigers, but initially settled by Harrison York. Here come the Broncos with it, and it was Aiden Odell just trying to force it up. Tigers with it. They'll send a ball forward for Navi for Santa Maria, and he gets by both defenders, still keeps it in. Sends a cross in central. Here's a big hit, saved by Applegate. Eli Bowers racing up, and it's a ball that was just right there for the taking, and Bowers the initial one to power it through, and the great save from the senior Applegate, who will take this one, and how do you do? He'll pick that one up as well. So Back-to-back stops for Applegate and the Broncos defense. Wilson put it back up for grabs. Broncos called for a foul for a push. They're going to call that on Harrison York, who wants an explanation from the referee in the middle of the field. Bowers trying to cut it in and taken up by Carson Barhoover. Tigers immediately play it back inside the box. Sent away. It's Bright to race up on it. Gets a cut to the outside, looks for the cross in, far side, still inside. Still up for grabs. Awkward deflection for Navis. Broncos initially send it out. You can hear this crowd. They've been very active tonight, Caden.
Well, they certainly have, and I mean, it's been a no-score game here in the second half. Really, obviously in the first half as well. And see if Spring Hill can find the net.
Thrown in by the Tigers.
Really a lot of close shots on goal as well.
Files. Lead out for Fillmore. Now it's back for Viles, and Broncos will step backward before the Tigers will have their try-in. Santa Maria. Cleared out by Wilson. Here's a shot from distance, deflected off of Bronco before being picked up by Applegate. Is this Thomas Navis, the sophomore. The initial shot, Applegate will slow things down. Broncos will settle. It's Cole Hook. Now Anderson trying to play this one forward for Carlton Hardin, and Tigers will watch it roll out of bounds. Cam Fillmore will be the initial one to race up on it, want to throw it in, but let somebody else do it. Here he is with it now and switches it over for Viles. 5 minutes down here in this second half. No score. Foul on the Tigers is Santa Maria. The initial contact right there on Nate Anderson. Free kick from Carter Wilson. Harrison York, the first header. Finds it, cuts inside. Still with a chance to shoot it and deflected out by Hayes Stuvey. Broncos will earn corner kick number 4 of the evening. How about that hustle right there from the Broncos?
Yeah, no, that's definitely what you want to see, and especially in a game like this, close game.
Odell's corner. Headed out by the Tigers. They'll try and further this thing up the field. They do. Plenty of room. Switches it over to Santa Maria, but just missed off his foot. Racing over with him is Anderson. And Santa Maria shot just too direct right to Applegate. Just hang on to this one. Applegate. How many stats logged on him last season? Here is Hudson Bright. Just too much contact for him. Navis, Santa Maria, back for Navis. Once more for Santa Maria. Tigers switch the field. Long distance shot off the crossbar. And the Tigers, they saw an opportunity. They'll shoot from distance, and that's what the Broncos have forced them to do so far. For the Broncos, it's not been the season they wanted to start off with so far. 2-4-1 on the season. A win, a loss, and a tie each in the Frontier League. Header in, saved by Applegate. Here's a second chance, ricochet. And an initial shot goes in.
Man.
Eli Bowers with the goal. And it's 1-0 Tigers.
Goal, Blue Valley Tigers. By number 19, Eli Bowers.
So Eli Bowers, the goal scorer for the Tigers. They finally strike at the second half, and it's a 1-0 start here at half number 2 for Tigers. And it was just an initial ricochet that just set them up right there, Caden. I mean,
yeah,
they had 3 chances inside the 18, and that third one, it was off that ricochet. As Eli Bowers, right place, right time, getting the stop there. Ball sent from Murray. Big stop by the Broncos. And a big collision. It'll be free kick awarded to Spring Hill as Murray was the one who caused it. Broncos trying to avoid their second loss to a 6A opponent. They lost 4-0 to Gardner at the start of the season after coming off a 2-1 win against the Piper Pirates. If you remember the Broncos, they beat Piper 6-1, DeSoto 4-1 to be able to go to the state tournament. Their only losses were against Gardner Edgerton in Blue Valley North. The Mustangs up Blue Valley North, and they did end up tying Blue Valley West last season 3-3. It was a very competitive game. For the Tigers, they're building on a 1-4 campaign so far. Last win coming against Blue Valley Northwest. Here's a real chance now down the field for Hardin.
Bye-bye, ball.
Can't feel more to turn him off. Quick throw in, initially thrown into Hook. Tigers clear it out. Rolls right to the feet of Patry. Trying to thread it in. Tigers send it right back out. Curtis trying to play it forward for Ryan Rhodes. Tigers retain possession right near the sideline. Blue Valley Northwest. It's a team on the rebuild, is graduated one of their great goalkeepers who we have the privilege of calling for on Johnson County Sports Live. Cooper Brandt is one of their keepers who graduated last season, so kind of rebuilding that team. The Tigers beat the Huskies 2-1. And the rest of the schedule for them, Blue Valley North, and another notable opponent. And you'll see teams in there like Aquinas and St. James Academy also in there, DeSoto, Blue Valley Southwest. So not an easy schedule for Tigers coming up, but 1-1 in the EKL. Only been shutout once this season. It was against the Ravens of Olathe Northwest. It was a 2-0 shutout loss. Tigers on the attack here. Crossed in from the wing and cleared out by Cole Hook. Harrison York just trying to play to feet. York was trying to get it back right on a line near the run. Tigers with it now. Navis. Santa Maria has a hit in, deflected off by Applegate, but it rolls this one right to Hudson Bright. Crosses it in, Applegate sends it away. And nice work from Ryan Rhodes to send this one downfield. Switched back over to Bright. Davis. Trying to survey, deters it back to that outside back spot. Here's another run in, brilliantly deterred. It was Nate Fielder. Trying to play it back to Fielder, too direct, intercepted by the Tigers. Here's Navis from deep, right into the midst of Applegate. And Blue Valley's getting all the shots they want on right now. Applegate sends this one away. It'll be settled by Bowers and the Tigers. Switched over to Hudson Bright. Open room middle. Navis, shot over. Goal kick for Spring Hill coming up. And another shot from distance for Navis is in the ballpark of about 35, 40 yards out. Again, Blue Valley just keeping the pressure coming. That was just all the doing on that far side. Tigers just trying to keep it in right near that sideline. Trying to elect to play long and towards the goal, but Tigers will quickly take that one away. Fillmore will play this long. Santa Maria will race on it. In pursuit of him is Patry. Santa Maria beats Patry to it, trying to dribble it. Patry steals that one away. And Santa Maria, some extracurricular there, and they'll issue the foul, and this could be a talking to. And
all day long, that's a card. After the play.
And now referee will get some clearance with his AR. You heard the note of the fan, and I think that is now going to be a card for Alejandra Santa Maria, the second yellow awarded to the Tigers tonight. So, just a uncharacteristical play there from Santa Maria. He will be issued off, and 3 more substitutions to come into the game for the Tigers. And Caden, that's what you don't want to do if you're Blue Valley. Issue another, could have another yellow card be awarded to you, because that's now 2 players on their last straw. Any mistake and they're a man down essentially.
Exactly. For Blue Valley, you don't really want, like you said, make boneheaded mistakes that uncharacteristic of you and in these close games here, but for Spring Hill, I guess we'll take that.
So waiting the free kick for Carter Wilson. So I think the central referee will got some word for Stotzkopf, and the two referees divulging, and they're going to say it's a throw-in, so it will be a throw-in, and this will be flipped to Nate Anderson. Play back for Patry. Try and send this up. Blue Valley keeps possession. On the near side, Colin Rice. Far shot for Files, and deflected out by Applegate. Broncos just continuing to try and play this forward. Any sort of momentum they can. Beautiful tackle. Saved again by Applegate is Thomas Novice. With the initial interception, just a few dribbles there and just wanted to hit early. Ball threaded forward and sent out by the Tigers. Too close for comfort there is Colton Harden. Another pressure up the pitch. Throwing coming up for the Broncos. As Cole Hook and Nate Anderson off. In their place, Hudson McElroy and Colton Northup. Broncos will turn back. Rhodes plays this forward for Hendrickson, also in. Harden trying to get the cross off. It's out. Throw in for the Broncos right near that corner flag, and I can imagine they wouldn't mind having a corner, but trying to play this to Rhodes, and Blue Valley with the initial interception, and up the pitch come the Tigers, and a beautiful clean tackle right there from Carter Wilson. Hendrickson skills around. Finds Hunter Curtis. Sends that up the line, but intercepted and read beautifully by the Tigers, but it'll be sent out of play. Throw in for Spring Hill. Well, they'll say never mind. Throw in for the Tigers. Not before Blue Valley will make a substitution as Zane Viles off. In his place will be Hudson Bright. Harrison York, beautiful run up midfield. And a beautiful ball play to the outside, trying to find Harden. Sent out by the Tigers. Bronco throw. Little less than halfway to play. In this match, 1-0 Tigers lead. Broncos have threatened a few times tonight. See if they can do it here. York on that run. Tigers cleared away, and another chance that was initially there for Northam. Also, this time the Tigers will take it. Full head of steam for Rice. Beautiful tackle. Luke Patry, how about that tackle right there?
That was very nice. Very good job.
Rice trying to cross it through. And this is won by the Broncos, but more initial contact. As Colin Rice will be called for the foul. Broncos awarded a free kick here. Wilson will play it short to Curtis. And they'll just try and send this deep once more, and that's been their bread and butter so far. You're just trying to play Colton Harden deep. As Ryan Rhodes will be sent off. Substitution by both teams. Tigers want a ball upfield initially. It was touched by Hendrickson, but get it back after a nice tackle. Sends this up line, still in play. Blue Valley with it now. Beautiful ball sent in for, this is Rice on the wing. Tried to chip it in, and Applegate read it well. Gets the save off his line, and Applegate will go quick, throwing this up in. Settled by Spring Hill. It's York. Cuts to his left. Plays it forward right there for Northup. Shooted away by Hudson Bright, but it's going to be, is a Tiger throw as Bright. Knowing it was going to be their ball, just had to further shield it off and make sure that it stayed with him. Broncos did win it off the throw, but Blue Valley back with it. Ray for Bright. Bright waits and now sends this up line. Just off the foot too hard to Rice, who manages to take it back away. Bright again being challenged by Hudson McElroy. But Bright just too much contact there. Force a free kick for Spring Hill as initially wanted Patry, but elect for Carter Wilson instead, the senior captain. And it's just been trend. He sent it short. This time he'll play long. Still not down. Was initially right near that 18, and be Stuvey to clear it away. Beautiful ball sent forward for Bowers. Bowers cuts inside. Gets the pass off. Santa Maria sends it just high. Goal kick for Spring Hill. Before they make a substitution. Off goes Liam Patel, and in his place is Thomas Novis. Hendrickson forced to pass it back, was not allowed to turn there. That's why the Tigers were able to win this one. Santa Maria sends it, saved by Applegate once more. Applegate's deep throw. Hendrickson just trying to play it up line, but it ball just crossed over that white line, out of bounds. Throw in for Blue Valley. 15 minutes left to play here in this match. 1-0. Blue Valley still with the lead. It was Eli Bowers to score. In the 45th minute. Big stop there from Applegate, but it's going to be a corner for the Tigers. Make it their 4th of the evening. That's always the first thing you yell on a corner kick, mark up. Here is Navas on the free kick, or corner, excuse me. High looping kick, first headed by Wilson. Still in and saved by Applegate is easy pickings right there for Barrett Snodgrass. Tigers first settle. Wright gets it off the switch near side. And just too direct of a pass, just trying to play forward for Colin Rice and just out of reach. So goal kick coming up for the Broncos. Meanwhile, Tigers will substitute in one. Colin Rice is off and Barrett Snodgrass is on. Goal kick sent away. It was first headed by the Broncos, but again, the Tigers weren't off the settle. Stuvey sends this one. Santa Maria trying to play it forward, and the Broncos will send it out as Carter Hendrickson was the one to just play it out on that sideline. For the Tigers, they've had a lot of the pressure so far, but for Spring Hill, they've had their shots and their set-piece opportunities, just have not been able to cash in so far yet, but Cade and the Broncos have just been inching closer every single minute, just being able to do what they can with it.
Yeah, and that's what's really, been their frustrating, as they have not gotten the time of possession in their favor. It's been a lot of kind of one-sided in that aspect.
Santa Maria trying to dribble in and sent away by Wilson. Hendrickson doing the extra mile, just trying to slide tackle twice and race back after a tackle to win it back for the Broncos. Curtis trying to send it forward. It's in for the Tigers. Beautiful stop by Applegate. Not out of the box yet. Northup was the one to send it out. That was Ryan Rhodes just trying to do something with that run, but Blue Valley wins it. Tigers will have it right near the end line, closing in on that 10-minute mark. Right off the switch on that outside back spot. Trying to send a cross in, just too direct. Applegate off his line, reads it, and he'll clear this one out. First touch by Veals. Santa Maria, dribble center. Crosses in for Snodgrass. Has a touch inside, goes under the legs of Applegate, and it's in. And Blue Valley is going to double it up. Barrett Snodgrass, the one to drill it in. And it's 2-0 Tigers. And that one, Caden, just certainly has to hurt right there.
You know, it's definitely a gut punch, but just got to try to get the first one through the net.
So Bowers in the 45th, and right there in the 70th minute is Barrett Snodgrass. And here come the Tigers once again on the attack. Bowers from deep, stopped by Applegate, and the effort there from Snodgrass, who initially tripped over himself and is able to get back up and still race forward and win it. It's a quick throw in for Blue Valley. Bright back for Snodgrass. Flag stays on. Beautiful tackle right there from Patry. York has this one taken away from Bright. Here's Snodgrass trying to keep it in himself. Last touched off of the Tigers. Broncos will throw in. McElroy trying to throw it in, but it's quickly stopped as the Broncos will sub in 4. So deadlocked at a 0-0 game, and for Blue Valley, Caden, what changed?
You know, I just think they capitalized on the time of possession. There wasn't a lot of chances for Spring Hill, and they kind of maximized their goal chances. And here we sit at a 2-0 score.
Hendrickson to throw in. Deep throw headed by Bright. Snodgrass takes a touch backward, sent out by Harrison York. Blue Valley another throw. It's back for Bright. Trying to dribble up into space, and Cole Hook is the one to send it out. Here again, third straight throw in for Blue Valley. Navas trying to keep it in. Gets inside the box. Takes another touch to the outside, trying to find a cross in, and Curtis plays it right to his keeper at Applegate, who finds some space right in midfield. Odell sends this one deep, and the first one headed away by Vils. Blue Valley just coasting right now. Plenty of room for Bowers. Has a shot from distance that just goes wide right. It's now a matter of, if you're the Tigers, you're just gonna, if you have a shot from distance, you're just gonna take it. For Spring Hill, they're just gonna try and do anything they can to play it forward. It's left off for Odell. Cole Hook trying to find Hunter Curtis, just too wide and direct. Is Curtis just trying to play it up line to keep it in? It was in, trying to have fielder there. It's Bowers with it. Another hesitation. Here's a shot way over the mark, right at the netting. It's another goal kick. Six minutes to play. Spring Hill just needs one to get themselves a bit of momentum back in this match. For Blue Valley, 2 straight shots from distance. They feel comfortable. Snodgrass plays back for Bright. And again, sent back once more to Fillmore. Him and Veals have patrolled this center back duo pairing like clockwork. Great interception for Rhodes. Broncos will try and find some offense, but just lost it there. Navas. Ward gets it back inside the box. Takes a touch to the outside. Wide open. Navas trying to go his right now, back for his left. Shot from distance for Snodgrass, deflected around, but picked up by Applegate once more.
You know, Applegate, even though he's given up 2 goals, really has done a phenomenal job trying to stave off this Blue Valley offense.
Can't say enough wonderful things about this senior as someone got drilled in the head there, I believe. So we'll step aside for a brief moment as they tend to the injured Bronco.
Buy one Sonic Smasher and get another free. That's right, buy one hand-smashed Angus beef Sonic Smasher and get another free. It's the dual threat quarterback of burger deals. Buy one, get one free in the Sonic.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Back here on Spring Hill Sports Live is Carter Wilson being walked off the pitch with the athletic training staff of the University of Kansas Health System. So we do hope that Wilson is okay. So we're back up at Blaine here. About 4.5 minutes left to play in this match. And a foul called on by the Broncos. Tigers will have a set piece opportunity from the far side of the pitch, and kid, you can only imagine if it's going to be a initial opportunity, just a shot on goal, or is it going to be B, a cross in? It'll be a cross, trying to play a header, deflected out by Spring Hill. Bowers with it, still with it. Deflected out by Cole Hook. Tomas Navas trying to go for the header. Broncos with the first touch. And Blue Valley somehow keeps with possession. Here's a fire right there from distance. Colin Murray sends that one over. Goal kick for Spring Hill. These subs have to be quick. In comes Patry, off goes Hudson McElroy. Hunter Curtis with the goal kick. Applegate will stand to his right, or the left on the screen. Deep ball just trying to find Harden, but headed away by the Tigers. Tomas Navas. Right for Murray. Navas. This is played forward for Highland Wright. Gets a touch inside, beautifully defended by the Broncos. Santa Maria had the initial cross, just a bit wide. Tigers still with it. And it'll be a corner for Blue Valley. It's been momentum on their side since that second goal. Navas this corner. First header by Bowers, but just too direct out of bounds. Broncos will earn this goal kick here. Time is running out. It's the 2-minute mark. Curtis will be the one to take this goal kick. The ball just right at this Tigers midfield. But how about the effort to try and get it back? That was Odell there. Ball sent forward for Blue Valley and fended well by Curtis. Corner kick awarded to the Tigers. One minute left to play in this match. Here's this corner. Both teams wanted a hand in there, nothing doing there. Deflection for Applegate, still loose and being taken up by Fielder. So Applegate just had that deflection but never cleared it away. Here's another opportunity. The Tigers have that one cleared away. Beautiful moves from Ward. Bowers wants a shot. Deflected out by Applegate. Bright races for it, but the clock will strike 0, and that'll conclude the match. Blue Valley secures win number 2 of the season. Final in this one, 2-0 in favor of the Tigers. They improve to 2-4 on the season. We'll step aside for our Elliott Insurance Group post-game show. We'll recap this game and give you what's coming up next right here on your home of the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Sturdy Orthodontics.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Hi, I'm Katie Casey, and I'm honored to be a third-generation realtor in our Crown Realty family. My dad and grandparents started Crown Realty in 1973, and since then we have grown to become one of the largest brokerages in the Midwest. We now have 8 office locations and over 150 agents covering about 20 counties across Kansas and Missouri. Reach out to us today to experience the Crown Realty difference, where we are committed to treating our agents like family and our clients like royalty.
Back here on our Elliott Insurance Group post-game show. Elliott Group, Elliott has served area communities for decades. When you're out traveling to your next big matchup, be sure to look for an Elliott Insurance location near you. Learn more at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com. Brenda Bull and Katie Carbajo wrapping this one up here from Spring Hill Activity Center, 2-0 the final here. Eli Bowers in the 45th minute and Barrett Snodgrass in the 70th minute of tonight's match. The difference makers as the Tigers cruise to their second win of the season. And Caden, your initial thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I mean, it was a well-fought game by both teams. Definitely by Spring Hill. You know, they had some chances, but you know, there in the second half, the time possession really wasn't in their favor. And you know, you saw that those 2 goals there, that seemed to be the difference makers. Those 2 goals.
So for the Tigers, they improved to 2-4 on the season. And for the Broncos, they drop their 5th game of the season. They fall to 2-5-1. So Caden, this is a Broncos team that's had to deal with a really tough schedule so far, and by the looks of it, they remain competitive all 80 minutes. It's just a few things happened that didn't go their way. That first goal was off a deflection, off the third chance initially inside that box by the Tigers, and that second one was just a shot that Applegate did a really good save on, but Tigers just finished it off right there.
Yeah, you know, it doesn't mean that, you know, they can't learn from this. It was a loss essentially, but you can always learn from things like this and games like this. And we'll see how they do here coming up.
Again, Spring Hill, their 5th loss of the season, their 2nd straight loss. They started off doing pretty well. They started off 2-3-1, and that tie being against the Chieftains was a double overtime thriller between those 2 teams. You know, 2 teams that are just come back with a lot of experienced talent on that varsity roster, but had a lot of seniors graduate the past 2 years that just it's now starting to kind of linger and take an effect. So this Broncos team, they're young, they're still learning, but they're still hungry, and certainly they have a tough schedule ahead of them.
I mean, you only get better by playing, you know, these bigger school teams, and like a Blue Valley, and who else did they play earlier? There was 6A. Gardner, yeah. And even though they didn't score in those games, and obviously losing Gardner to 4-0, and this one 2-0, they did some good things, and things that they can carry on with them throughout the rest of the season.
We'll take a look at the upcoming schedule for both these squads, or I should say just Spring Hill in general. So the Broncos have a turnaround game tomorrow. They take on the Cyclones in Ottawa on the 23rd, and then they wrap up the week on the 25th on the road in Lewisburg. So back-to-back Frontier League matchups to wrap up this week, headed into the October months as they'll finish the month of September at home against the Turner Golden Bears. But speaking for this channel, as we take a look at the schedule, of course, for Spring Hill Sports Live, is you won't have a soccer match until October 14th when the Broncos take on the Lansing Lions right here at Spring Hill, the Spring Hill Activity Center. Again, game begins within the 6 to 6:30 ballpark area, I should say. It's, of course, again, this Friday, Broncos Pirates, live from Piper High School, right here on Spring Hill Sports Live. Our pregame show starting at 6 p.m. We'll dive deep into the matchup, dive into deep of both these teams. The Broncos trying to avenge that loss they had against the Eudora Cardinals and trying to get to their 3rd win of the season. But the Pirates, they've had quite they've had quite a season so far, and they have a really good roster, so it should be a fun matchup to tune into. So get folks 6 p.m. pregame show on Friday. Broncos, Pirates, don't miss it. That'll do it for us here from the Spring Hill Activity Center right here on the campus of Spring Hill High School. You've been watching Broncos soccer on Spring Hill Sports Live. From my partner, Kate Garbajo, I'm Brendan Bolin signing off. Have a good night. Go Broncos. We'll see you Friday.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Bronco fans can find us at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2015. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net. The industry's most advanced equipment and training, state-of-the-art diagnostic tools, and the small-town friendly service you expect. That's J&T Auto Service in Spring Hill. Eliminate the veil of uncertainty with J&T Auto's digital diagnostic process. This unique service ensures transparency, clear communication, and documentation, allowing for a quick and complete repair. To learn more or to schedule an appointment, call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com. For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
From the gridiron to the hardcourt, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage at VarsitySportsLive.com.